have to mention awful story from yesterday. Of course, we send our prayers, our condolences. I mean, it's
just so sad.
Awful what happened in Georgia. Jess, you got the story.
4 people were killed at a Georgia high school after a 14-year-old student opened fire yesterday. Colt Gray, a student at the school in Winder, will be charged with murder and will be treated as an adult within the legal system. 9 other victims were injured. The Borough County schools have been closed for the remainder of the week. So sad, but 4 people were killed at this Georgia high school after a 14-year-old student opened fire yesterday.
Here goes the sheriff giving an emotional update about the Georgia shooting from CNN.
Enforcement was on scene, as well as 2 school resource officers assigned here to the school who immediately encountered the subject within just minutes of this report going out. Once they encountered the subject immediately surrendered to these officers and he was taken into custody. Additionally, what I want you to know as of now, there are 4 individuals who are deceased from this incident, 9 that have been taken to local hospitals with various injuries. Of those that are deceased, 2 were students and 2 were teachers here at the school. The priority right now for us within this investigation is to gather all the facts, to make sure that we're accurate with it, because this is a murder investigation. As the sheriff mentioned earlier this morning, the shooter is in custody. His name is Colt, that's C-O-L-T, Gray. He is a 14-year-old student here at the school, G-R-A-Y. He is a 14-year-old student here at the high school. Again, he has been taken into custody. He will be charged with murder and he will be tried as an adult and handled as an adult. We're coordinating these charges and obviously this investigation with District Attorney Brad Smith, who is the District Attorney for the Piedmont Judicial Circuit here. Since earlier this morning when we talked with you and since the incident occurred, numerous interviews have been taking place through our investigation with students, faculty, as well as any other witnesses that we could identify. Law enforcement had a very swift response to this incident once the incident was determined that there was a concern here. Those resources, whether it was in that response or throughout this investigation to assist, came obviously from the sheriff's office here, from other local law enforcement agencies, state law enforcement agencies, and federal law enforcement agencies as well.
All right, so of course that was the sheriff giving an emotional update about the Georgia shooting. What do you do in that situation? Like me personally, this is just me. Like my initial thoughts are, it's a 14-year-old, a 14-year-old. Now he said he was going to get tried as an adult.
What's that, 9th grade?
Yeah.
Yeah, 9th grade, a freshman.
My son's 14.
Gosh.
9th grade freshman. Like what? I don't even know what to think. And then I think, how did that kid get their hands on a gun, on a weapon? And then I think, first day of school. First or second day of school, whatever. And it's just like, I'm just floored, like a 14-year-old.
Yeah. I know how they get the weapons. I just don't know how they get the weapons in school.
How do they get them?
How do you discreetly get the weapon in school?
How do they get them?
From, their house. I don't know how they grew up. There's lots of households with firearms in them.
For access to a 14-year-old?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I don't know that life.
Yeah. But, people practice gun safety. They have the gun safe. People use them. Young kids hunt. So there's access in homes to firearms. It's just, wow, how was he able to leave class? Did he have it in the parking lot? Did he get a ride that day? Did he, hide it outside the school? How did he get it in? I don't know any of those, answers to those questions, but I was just, I was shocked and just like floored. And I was like, no, like this is just terrible.
But a 14-year-old just is able to just go in and get a gun?
If it's at their home?
It's not like locked up or
No,
away with the parents?
There are some people who do practice gun safety. Yes, and they have their gun safe and all.
But that ain't safe.
But there's others that don't. Or, the 14-year-old would know how to have access to it.
I don't know.
A key. They know. If they grow up in a home, let's say a hunting family,
if a hunting family, I don't know. I just feel like the parents keep them away from the kids, and if they go hunting with them, it's when they're with them. Like that's not a you don't send a 14-year-old out hunting with a gun on their own, right?
Yeah, there's youth hunts.
That's wild to me.
Yes, even younger than 14.
To me, that's wild.
Yes,
but I don't know that life,
right.
So I'm not going to say anything about that. But
right.
I will say, what do you do? And then how do we? They say the investigation. Well, they got him. Mm-hmm. They got him.
They will investigate how he got all your questions. They are going to investigate that. Who he lives with. How did he have access? Was it in a gun safe? Was it not? When did he remove it from the home? How did he get to school that day? You can't tell me that he went to school on a school bus that day with an AR-15.
Is that what it was?
I believe so. That's what I read. Yeah, yesterday.
It was an AR-15. Mm-hmm. And that's a hunting rifle?
It's an
assault rifle, right?
Yeah, we don't use it.
So that's what I'm saying. So how did he get the gun? That's what I want to know.
You can, I don't.
How did he get it?
Let's say his father bought it and has it at home. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know the answer to that.
I wouldn't want
There's gun collectors. There's so much behind the scenes that, like you're saying, like I don't live that life, so I don't know. But
I don't know. To me, it's not normal, and it's horrifying. I wouldn't want my kid around an AR-15.
Right.
Unless there's an adult.
Yes.
like.
No, I get it.
And it shouldn't be easy access. It shouldn't be. They shouldn't know where the key is.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. That's the thing. And then, like, a 14-year-old. What is their background? Where did that come from? Mm-hmm. How do you feel about trying the 14-year-old as an adult?
Yeah, that came out right away.
That wasn't even like a question.
Right, because sometimes you do hear them saying like, it's under investigation, not sure if they will be charged, as an adult. But this one came out right away. Will be charged as an adult.
Somebody said something about should metal detectors. I talked to somebody yesterday, and they were like, metal detectors at every school.
Well, I don't know about that, but I did read an email that went out recently, metal detectors going into the football games.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be a new thing. Will they expand
What football games?
I'll read it. I got an email.
At high schools or public school? You're just your district?
Yeah, it's in my district.
So at Cape.
At Cape.
So they're going to put metal.
The lines will be a little longer. Please be patient. They're going to have a new security at the football game.
So at Cape Henlopen, they're putting metal detectors at the
Yep,
schools.
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
But I have the email, so I'll go over it just to see like exactly how they're doing it. But it did say, please be patient. It's for the safety, of the parents and the students, and the lines will be longer.
Are they putting in metal detectors? Do they have them going into the school, the actual school in the morning?
I don't know. I don't know any of that. All I know
so
right
they didn't
now
have
is
them
the
then.
email.
Oh, I guess your kids went to Sussex, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
If it's going to expand and if you have to do that going into the high school.
Well, how do you feel about putting metal detectors
games?
Going into all the schools?
I don't mind. It's just like in the airport or anywhere. I don't.
So it should be.
I don't. I'm not hiding anything, or I'm not, scared to go through. People who are worried or scared to go through a detector, then they have something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree with that.
Not to be funny,
Well,
but
somebody said to me
I don't get in an
yesterday
uproar about certain things like that because.
So if they did, you'd be okay with it?
Yes.
Yeah, because somebody said to me yesterday they need to put metal detectors in all schools. And I said, yes, no problem. But I also know, and we're getting a lot of messages in.
Okay.
I mean, the text is going crazy.
Yeah.
You guys can comment. Please do. 302-858-5117. I've heard the argument, I can't believe they got to, put metal detectors. They're going to bring metal detectors here and put them in our school. I don't want our kids to have to walk through metal detectors and, have cops out there with guns and standing there. And, I don't even want to send my kid to the school no more if they're going to have metal detectors and all this.
Well, there's not the cops standing out front with big rifles or anything. That's the first thing.
I've heard that argument.
Well, that's the first thing. It's not like that.
And
Tell me what
agree.
School. Tell me what school right now that you've gone to. Tell me, I mean, I've heard that too, but tell me what school you've gone to.
Correct.
Where there's officers and SWATs and rifles and the school is surrounded. Like, tell me where,
Right.
Even one person. I'll just say one person. Tell me one officer besides you see it on their side.
Yeah.
A small handgun, but tell me where.
No,
That's the first thing.
You're right. Right.
The second thing is it's not going to be this cops and rifles and when they come into school and feel unsafe and this whole
And
big
getting patted down. Yeah.
You're walking through a walkway area just like they do the front door.
You're not walking through the TSA, okay?
Right. It's not like they're getting patted down. They're being abused.
You got a drink in your lunch. They take all the liquids. You can't have your hand sanitizer because it's a liquid. You got to turn it in. Yeah.
I don't like it when it's put out there that way because, so do you not like the procedure, how it's done now? I can tell you how it was yesterday. The teachers and the admin, they take care of your kids. They love your kids. They're very open. They're welcoming. They don't want your kids in danger. So they're not going to make it an environment like that either.
Here goes some of these text messages, and we appreciate you guys checking in. 409 texted in. The boy accused of killing 4 people at his high school in Georgia was interviewed last year by police about anonymous online threats, the FBI has said. Colt Gray, 14, denied to police in May of 23 that he was behind internet posts that contained images of guns, warning of a school shooting.
Gosh.
Which is why he was probably charged as an adult.
Okay. So they already have prior evidence or, something on him. Okay.
Let's see. 470 says IR and Central also at football games. I received a telenotification.
Okay. So they're
Talking
going to
about
do
the
it
metal
there
detectors.
as well.
Seaford has a clear book bag policy.
Okay.
That's interesting.
All right. And I've heard, was it Cambridge last year we talked about it? They were going to provide the backpacks. Remember that?
They were going to provide backpacks.
Yeah, the clear ones.
Oh,
because the
wow.
parents were like, well, no, like how much more is this going to cost or what is a special backpack? But they were provided.
Oh, interesting.
I remember reading that story.
Let's see. 396 says Sussex Tech got metal detectors this year. I think it's a good thing. I agree.
Okay.
Whatever keeps everybody safer. 245, most all of Delaware schools will have metal detectors for entering school and football games. Okay. 490, good morning, Bill and Jess. Woodbridge has metal detectors at football games. 668, Sussex Tech just installed metal detectors this year.
For the football games or to go into the high school, like your regular school day?
Yeah, what is that? Just going to the high school? 542 says start charging parents with the same charges of the murder. Okay. Parents will start to learn not to give nonchalant attitude toward gun access to their kids. Interesting. Don't think it'll ever happen or work. Let's talk realistic. Let's see. 735. Good morning, Bill and Jess. Crazy part is they were under investigation from reported threats last year. Yeah, that's what
there's been other cases that later on they were like, oh, yeah, they were investigated for that before.
330. The fact that there's not metal detectors at every single school in the country is wild already. Enough's enough. Yeah, they should already have them.
They should already have them.
Yeah.
Now, with the schools that have the metal detectors, already, Is there like officers outside with big rifles and like tell me what the scoop
No.
is? Exactly.
No. Well,
Exactly.
I will say shout out to all the resource.
We would have never even known, right?
Shout out to all the resource officers. Thank you guys for keeping our schools safe.
Oh my gosh, I love ours.
235 Cape has them now too.
Okay, the metal detectors going into the school, or is this just for the football games? Because I got the email about the football games.
Let's see. Also, to piggyback off the last message, him and the family moved to another location. Oh, talking about the guy, the shooter. They moved. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting. Sussex Tech metal detectors this year. It's a good thing to get into the school. Oh, 396. Okay. 470. All schools should have metal detectors. I have 5 children. I care more about my kids' safety than other kids. Oh, and other kids. It's sad that it's come to this, but it's definitely needed. Let's protect our babies. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. 604. I don't necessarily think they need metal detector machines. Why?
So what do you think they should use?
If each school has resource officers, maybe give them all metal detector wands. It might be more effective and a quicker process. I don't know if it's going to be quicker. Metal detectors, you just walk through.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't know how the procedure is.
Let's see here. 519. I'm 32, and we had metal detectors in high school in Virginia.
Really?
Okay. Kate for sports. Let's see. We're not a gun household, but I feel metal detectors will make your kids feel safer. Sounds like parents are the ones hung up on the metal detector idea, not the kids. Yeah, that I agree with that. It's more the parents, that are like tied up in, I don't want metal detectors, Why not? If it'll keep your kids safer, then
Yeah.
whatever.
I mean, because that is one of our questions is how does the student get it into the school?
Yes.
Right?
Well, how do they get it first off? That's the first question. And then how do they get it to the school and in the school?
I mean, I know how they get it, but I just am curious. Like he's 14,
But
or younger, or older.
That's
but
where you
how,
and I, that's where you and I differ, because I don't know how a 14-year-old gets an AR-15. I think that's insane.
right?
So I don't think that's normal.
No, but I'm not saying.
You're saying it's normal. I don't think it's normal.
No, it's not. It's not that they're like walking into a store and buying it. I'm saying households have weapons.
I don't know. I don't think it's normal.
Households have weapons.
Okay, that's fine. But how do they get it in their book bag or get it to the school?
That's my question too. Is how did he? I mean, he didn't get on the school
households
bus
don't
with
have
it, right?
They don't have the weapons in the kids' room. And if they do, then that's a whole nother life that I don't know nothing about.
Yeah.
Well, that's crazy to me. So,
And it might be crazy to you, but it's real.
well, I think a lot of people would.
It happens.
No, I know it happens, but I don't think it's normal.
No, I get it.
So
it.
I don't know. That's just not something
I know. I
So,
know.
470. I believe parents need to be more responsible when they have weapons.
Yes.
They should have proper safes and locks and, whatever, so children and intruders can't get into them easily. Yeah. Crazy. You want to check in? Gosh, we're running real late. You want to check in? 302-858-5117. I guess the main thing is, our thoughts,
Gosh,
prayers. I
no.
know some people
It's
always say,
terrible.
thoughts and prayers are going to stop this, but I mean, it's just
Yeah,
a
but the more
sad.
people that come together that talk about it, I mean, somebody could listen to us today and say, you know what, I am careless with the weapons I have at my house.
Yeah.
Even though, we have it, let me get a gun safe. Let me not make it so accessible. You never know. You never know.
No, you're right. You're right. 702 will continue